Hey everybody, welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches. What's going on? Hey you guys, I cannot wait to show you what we found out in the wild for vinyl records this last go around. You guys, we got some stuff in the pile that we have never seen before out in the wild. So we had to grab it, right? Because once you see it, you might not ever see it again. You know how that goes when you're looking for records. How many of us have regrets about that record that they should have bought? You know, they wanted to buy it, should have bought it, but then they held back for some reason, and then boom, you went back to get it and it disappeared forever and ever, never to find it again. You guys, but before we get into that, we had a request in our video to show a tour of the new Champagne Supernova. Yeah, Mr. Peach's 1972 Chevy Nova show car. So you guys, I know it's not music related, so chill. But hey, one of the people that views our channel requested it from me. So we're going to try to stick with our music most of the time. But hey, you guys, he wanted to see the Nova really bad. So I hope you see it. I hope you take a tune in on the channel here. And we're going to give you guys a little bit of a tour of the Champagne Supernova first. All right? So let's get to it. All right, everybody, here we are in front of Peach's 1972 Chevy Nova. You guys, we call this the Champagne Supernova. You know that song, like a champagne supernova in the sky. Man, I'm telling you, I bought this car back at about May 1st of this year, and I am so unbelievably happy with this car, you guys. It is a body up restored, almost fully original 1972 Chevy Nova. So hey, you guys, without further ado, let's take a little trip around the car and get a full tour of what's exactly going on with it. Hey everybody, let's get started with the Champagne Supernova tour. You guys, I have been wanting a classic car since I was 16 years old. I have been waiting a very, very long time, and now I have the opportunity to own one. So I did just that. I went out and got one. These classic cars, the prices of them are going through the roof now. It's basically like the housing market. We got the last wave of the baby boomers going into retirement right now, and a lot of them want their old car back. So what it does is it boosts up that market for classic cars. Like I said, you guys, this is my 1972 Chevrolet Nova. It's been basically fully restored from the body up. A lot of the suspension underneath is original. It even has a lot of the original undercoating that came with the car when it was brand new. So it did have a full paint job. It did have a little bit of body work on it done, but it is the original sheet metal on the whole car. Okay, and the previous owner thought it would be really neat to throw these SS stripes that you usually see on the late 60s, early 70s muscle cars. And they are painted underneath the clear coat, you guys. These are not stickers. These strips are actually painted on. And then you'll notice the original rally rims that they would have had back in the day. What it came with was a steel wheel, a chrome center cap, and then a chrome ring that attached on the outside. And boy, I'm telling you, that gives this car such an amazingly awesome original look. Then you can see the continuation of the stripes on the trunk. It's all original chrome. You can even see the little bit of patina and pitting underneath. But as far as the whole car goes, the previous owner told me that it's probably one of the nicest cars you're ever going to find in the state of Wisconsin in a 72 Nova. So what they did under the hood, you guys, I'm sure you're interested. Well, this car would have originally come with a straight 6-cylinder, or it would have came with a small V8, all right? So what the previous owner did was he pulled a 350 engine that had been in there, and he put in there a 383 Chevy Stroker, which is basically a modified 350 400 small block combination. And it's a lot of technical stuff that goes on with the bore and the stroke and the motor. But you guys, hey, let's take a look under the hood and we'll see what we're looking at here. I'm trying to do this behind the camera. All right, you guys can see underneath the hood here, man. Yeah, look at this. Holy smokes. Got power brakes on there, got front discs. Look at, beautiful 383 stroker. That's a Holley 650 double pumper under there. Dual feed carburetor. She's all pretty and original. Original radiator mountings and all that stuff. Then the car has headers on it. Previous owner says it has rocker, roller arms, roller camshaft. And you can see it has a beautiful, beautiful aluminum high-rise on it. And there's that dual feed going to that carburetor for fuel, you guys. She gets up and goes. I've been tinkering around with it, trying to get her tuned up. Had it down to a mechanic, had them look over it and stuff, and they said I got a really nice car here, so I'm just glad we got a good solid thing going. Look at the inside of those fenders. Just all black, original. Oh, we got a little cleaning to do under here again. Man, this car is nothing but constant cleaning, constant cleaning. If you don't like to clean things, don't buy a muscle car. All right, let's swing over to the interior. You guys, the whole interior of this car has been refurbished. This is all reupholstered to look original. Vinyl back seat and bench vinyl front seat. This is the original steering wheel, original dash, everything. They opted to put new loop carpet on the bottom. Got a little vacuuming to do there. But yeah, the previous owner put brand new carpeting and padding in here. Car's nice and quiet when it goes down the road. And supposedly it's got originally 60,000 miles on it. Can't totally document that though. But hey, the car looks like it for sure. Look at that headliner. Not a wrinkle. Totally sweet. Hey, let's grab the keys, you guys. We can head over to the trunk. And believe me, the trunk looks just as good as the rest of the car, you guys. See if I can get this going here. All right. Look at the inside of that trunk, you guys. The battery has been relocated to the back. But you can take a quick look at this, man, and see all that beautiful original spackle in the trunk on the inside. Everything is just twice. Even got the original jack down there. The jack and the bumper jack and the handle. Still got the original stickers up there on the trunk lid. Got new rubber. I just installed air shocks a little while ago. And we got the back end jacked up about, I don't know, 1 3/4 inches, maybe 2 inches. And she rides really good now. So you guys, let's hop in the Supernova and we'll do a little update with Peaches and what we found out in the wild recently, all right? Hang on. Hey, you guys, we're in the driver's seat of the Champagne Supernova. I have literally nowhere to set this phone right now, so I'm going to try to just hold on to it with my left hand and show you guys what we found recently in the wild out hunting for vinyl records, man. We got some pretty neat stuff here that I have never run across before, and I'm super glad we picked it up. So let's get a look, you guys, see what's going on. First of all, I believe that this is a bootleg of Duran Duran Live. Look at this, you guys. It's from way back in the early 80s. Yeah, live from Melbourne, Australia, 1982. Totally cool. But you know what, you guys? I put it on the record player and it sounds like crap. So what it's going to be is just pretty much a conversational piece for our ever-extending Duran Duran collection. So yeah, cool. Check out the back here. Man, it's a warm day out here, you guys. It's got to be pushing 90 degrees. Whew. All right, what's up next here? Oh, you guys, we were able to find some really cool 12-inch singles this time around again. These things are just coming out of the woodwork. You guys, an original copy of George Michael's Monkey. You guys remember that song from the 80s? Whew. Totally cool. Got a nice cool hype sticker on there. And then there's a full 12 by 12 picture of George Michael on the back. Totally kicking it. I love that song, Monkey by George Michael. You know, George Michael as a performer back in the 80s was unstoppable. You guys, the guy was super, super, super talented. And I will never get sick of listening to a lot of George Michael songs. And that's not the only one, you guys, that we found. We just happened to pick up another George Michael single right next to it. And this has got to probably be one of George Michael's pinnacle moments in his career. And one of the biggest songs he ever made. Father Figure. What an awesome, awesome song. And you guys, I'm telling you, on 12-inch single, this song sounds amazing. Yeah, Father Figure by George Michael. Sweet. We don't have a lot of room in these old muscle cars to look at this. But yeah, some nice literature on the back there. What a great find. Totally happy to have that in the collection. All right, and here's another one, you guys. Oh man, if you grew up in the 80s and graduated school around the 1990 range, man, you have got to remember this. Mars, Pump Up the Volume. What an awesome dance tune, you guys. That's when the music was just taking a turn. From hair metal being super, super popular, and then going into these groups like Mars and Technotronic and CNC Music Factory, you guys. What a totally awesome find. Pump Up the Volume. Man. And here's the back. I kind of have it in my sleeve. I hope you guys can see it okay. What a great, great tune. I can't tell you how many high school, college dances, wedding receptions, all that stuff we used to go to, and that song was playing at every single one of them, guaranteed. All right, what else do we got here, you guys? Oh, since we bought that last collection, which had a few records from the band The Call in it, Mrs. Peaches started listening to them, and she is really falling in love with that group called The Call. And let's see if we can get this out of the sleeve. She had just been going through one-handed. She was going through the record store and just happened to run into this one from The Call. You guys, I think this is some pretty early stuff, but it was a great, great price. Seen Beyond Dreams from The Call. There we go. Yeah, look at the back there. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Yeah, I like them too. Got a nice alternative sound to them. You guys, I had never heard of this group. We made a stop at an antiques mall that we go to a lot, okay? And it was just one of those days where we hadn't been shopping for a very long time for records. And we walked in there and I could not believe what was sitting on the shelf in this antiques mall. You guys, this thing is in amazing shape. Have you ever heard of the band called Icon? And the album name is Night of the Crime. This is supposedly some 80s metal group, but I listen to this, you guys, and I wouldn't exactly put it into the metal category. I would put it into more of a light metal, like almost that inspirational rock that you heard from a lot of the theme songs from the 80s movies. Yeah, that same almost fiery kind of rock type stuff. But man, what a rare album. I've never seen this before. Totally obscure 80s stuff, man. Whew. Let's get you a look at the back too. And then sitting on the shelf right by it. Here's another one, you guys. Never heard of them until now. There is actually a newer metal band that renamed themselves after this band, but I don't know if that's related. I'm just saying there is another metal band with this name, but this is actually the original, very obscure 80s hair metal band called Ravage. Oh, look at that cover. If that doesn't say 80s metal on it, I don't know what does. Completely kick-ass. Look at that. The Wrecking Ball. That's the name of the album, Wrecking Ball. Yeah, you guys, this is some cool 80s obscure metal. You guys, oh man, look at the back of this. Yeah, look at them dudes. I think this is what, 86 or 87 or something like that. I can't read it right now. Something like that. But man, cool. We love collecting this obscure 80s metal. It's almost laughable sometimes, but I totally dig it. I totally dig it. And you guys, this one I had heard about from a record store owner around our area. And this is an old school 80s guy. He worked for a radio station. He did a lot of stuff for a long time. He owned his own record store and had plenty of cool stuff in his record store. And he had a battle jacket, like a lot of us love to wear, yeah, with all the band patches on it. Well, he had the full-blown patch of this band on the back of his jean jacket, and he told me this story basically every time I saw him or met up with him. Like, he had never remembered telling me the story before, and it's so iconic. But you guys, I have never seen this in the wild. I always wanted to hear him since he told me about him, and I never got the chance until now. But here is basically a minty copy of Leatherwolf. Whoa. You guys, what a crazy group. I threw this on the turntable, and man, this has got that Queensryche, King Diamond, theatrical type metal music. You know, it's kind of hard for back then, but man, these guys were all over the map with their instruments. Very well played out. Very well played out. And like I said, I've never seen this record anywhere, and it is an original. Man. Let's get a look at the back there. There's the back, you guys. But yeah, I would highly suggest this if you're into 80s metal, especially into that, you know, that metal on the, you know, the Queensryche side, the King Diamond side, where it's a lot of theatrical themes behind, you know, what you're listening to, for sure. I don't know what they changed into, but like I said, this is my first gig on the old Leatherwolf. All right, you guys, last but not least, I think we're on our last one here. Let me check. I got stuff all over the place. Yep, here we go for our last one. I never knew this album existed, you guys. I have heard a ton of guys talk about this metal band from back in the 80s in the music community, and I don't think I own much of anything from this band. I never listened to them, but I saw this sitting there. I had never seen it before, didn't even recognize it, and I had to pick it up. Why? Because it's their greatest hits album that I never knew existed. You guys, Saxon, Strong Arm of the Law. And like I said, you guys, this is not an album. Or it's called Strong Arm Metal, I'm sorry. It is basically, I think it's a French pressing from France. You guys, it's basically Saxon's Greatest Hits. It says it right on the spine. Man, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I know I don't have anything from this band, and it would take a lot of money to go out and collect everything they have. And I'm just like, why not? What the heck? Why don't I just get the Greatest Hits and we'll check it out? And I haven't had it on the turntable yet, but we're about to check it out. Yeah. Did you guys know Saxon's Greatest Hits existed? I don't know, man. I don't know. Nobody's ever talked about this one. But yeah, it's an original copy, 1984 from over in Europe. Totally sweet. All right, you guys. Well, that wraps it up for what we found out in the wild. I hope you guys liked the tour of the Champagne Supernova. I had a guy request it, so I thought, why not oblige him? Because I'm not gonna complain. I would love to show off the car, you know what I mean? But yeah, we had a viewer ask us about the car and asked to see a tour of it. So I hope he sees it, and I hope he likes it. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching the Vinyl Countdown. We will come to you with some more videos later on. I'm Peaches, and I'm just going to try to stay cool for the rest of the day. We'll see you guys later.